Can you tell us a little bit about your parents' journey? Your dad was what was he running from?
Well,
Because
yeah,
refugee implies that he had to get out, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a war going on there.
yeah.
This was 1948, and he was in the middle of a conflict, and there was a conflict between, many Jews coming in, and many Muslims and Christians, which were the smallest population there, at least of those three groups, were largely, bystanders. So they were affected by the conflict, but nobody really, wanted them around.
Yeah.
So, there they were, living there, and they basically weren't sure whether this was a safe place to be. They fled their homes out of fear. I remember my dad telling me that they were, removed from their homes at gunpoint and told, "Hey, you shouldn't be here. This is not safe for any of you."
That's a fairly clear signal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you Christians, you don't want to suffer the fate of other people, so it's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
And they fled.
Yeah. And correct my history, but a church in Grand Rapids sponsored your dad or both your parents?
Well, it was in close to Grand Rapids. It was a church in Muskegon.
Okay.
And it was a minister and his wife sponsored my dad's family.
Okay.
And it was called Church of the Brethren. And the family was called the Wagner family, and my dad still stays in touch with them. And they were looking to sponsor a Christian family to come to the United States. They wanted to sponsor someone from the Middle East and from Palestine. And my dad's father was not an educated man, certainly not an expert in a lot of things, but he knew one thing, which is if he can get to the United States with his family, that was the best thing for them. And that was the most important decision for our family. The fact that he made that decision as little as he may have known about, like, about the world, and he knew, if I go to the United States with my family, they'll have an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm experiencing the blessings of that now.
Yeah. The American dream.